Okay, so this is all the gear I'm bringing with me on this year's Camino. There is the mascot, Life the Moose. Oh, that's upside down. Sorry about that. Pilgrim's credential, my passport, sleeping bag. Alright, so let's go through this. Empty Altoids tin, practical for a variety of reasons. If you have a needle and thread for anything, you can put that in here and then it will keep it from puncturing anything else you have in the bag in the same compartment. Or you can use it for medications, anything that you want to keep from being crushed. SPF 50, sunscreen. That is a must for at least us Nordic types, you Irish people as well. This is gold. If you have tendonitis or just, trouble with pain in your feet, just smear this on. Within 20 minutes it'll probably be gone. Swiss Army knife. I have another multi-tool, but that lacks one vital tool you need for the Camino. You cannot survive the Camino without it. This one. Yeah, corkscrew. For obvious reasons, you need one for the Camino. And then first aid kit containing band-aids, compresses, Compeed, which is, blister relief, utensils, a spatula / knife, and a spork, lightweight plastic, cheap. So in case I lose it, which I did on my last Camino, I lost my other set, which was just a combined spork thing. And also it was cheap, so I didn't mind. On to medications. Cold tablets in case of food poisoning. It will at least keep it from getting worse once you've discovered you suffer from it. Magnesium tablets to keep you going. And then iodine for sterilizing if you have to treat blisters and small cuts and bruises and such. The Norwegian one comes in a glass bottle. I wish it came in the practical plastic bottle it did in Spain. If any one of you have been to Spain, or at least if you, not at least, but if you've been on the Camino, you definitely know about them. Those yellow iodine bottles, they are everywhere. Salt tablets, in case you start drinking too much water and you don't have enough salt, you can suffer from overhydration / water poisoning, which will give you a bad time the day after. I did last time, but then I drank about 7 liters of water in one day without any additional salt intake. That was stupid. So this year I have salt tablets. Proper carabiner for attaching things or securing things. Heavy things. Small token carabiners to attaching more lightweight things, securing laundry and such. A battery bank. This is a 12,000 milliamp hour battery bank. Should keep me going for a while. I have my iPhone and my iPad with me. That is practical for a variety of reasons. One, it'll keep you going, charging your phone as you go. I'm using mine as a camera as well. And you can leave it charging. You can leave it charging in the albergue without the fear of someone stealing your phone or tablet if you'd left that one charging. Much better to lose a $30 battery bank rather than your iPhone or iPad with all your photos on it. Notebook, Moleskine, old one I got off Etsy. That is not my handwriting. I bought it like that. Someone was nice enough to send me a few. Nice enough, I bought them, but they wrote on it. It was in the description, but yeah, enough about that. Socks, hiking socks, proper woolen ones to keep blisters from coming on too soon. Token headset, Apple standard, and that is just for calls. I will of course bring another one if I to listen to music. Oh, lights on. Headlamp from Petzl, proper one. You can get away with a smaller one as well. You don't need it that much. I only used it 4 or 5 times last year. So you can get away with a cheap one as well. This is just, I use it for hiking in Norway as well, so I didn't want to buy a new one just for the Camino. And then we have boxes, 3. 1 to wear, 1 to wash / dry, and 1 dirty in your pack. Boxes and socks, 3. T-shirts, I only carry 2. 1 short sleeve, 1 long sleeve. The long sleeve one I can just make the arms, fold the arms up and keep it short. This is Y Athletics. They have silver thread in them. Helps combat the body odor, so you don't stink as much. You still need to wash them after every day, but you don't stink while wearing them on when you walk, and that's the main thing. And then we have my pilgrim shell from last year, which I'm going to use this year as well. Frances 2015. Sea to Summit hiking towel, only need 1. It'll keep me dry plenty. Small gag bag for my coffee cup that looks like a Nikon lens. I use this to just keep cables organized so I don't lose my charging cables. Sharpie, pen, pencil for my notebook. That is all I need. I will have my iPad with me as well for journaling and keeping people updated. But a notebook with pen and paper is also quite good to have. Easy access, and you can write down people's phone numbers and such. The one thing that is the most important one, or not, well, the most versatile one perhaps, the buff. It will keep the sun off your neck. You can use it as a bandana, and you can use it as a headband. You can even use it as a sleeping mask to keep the light out of your eyes when you want to sleep. A new addition to this year, for me at least, is the Scrubba wash bag. Basically, it's a portable washing machine. Throw water in there, close up, push the air out through the vents, and rub. It'll clean the clothes in no time, and you don't spend as much time as at the wash basins, which there tend to be a queue there at times, so you can keep away from that. And the less time you spend washing is more time you can spend socializing and drinking, so that's good. Belt, Fjällräven, and now you'll start to see some kind of trend. And my sleeping bag, also by Fjällräven. It's a lightweight summer bag. It weighs about half a kilo. I could use my sleeping bag liner, but the sleeping bag liner is only about 300 grams lighter. So I prefer to have the proper sleeping bag instead. You could get away with a smaller one as well, but that's the smallest one they had, and it was on offer, so I got it. I was happy with it. Hiking trousers by Fjällräven. Also zippable, so they become shorts. Last year I had a pair of pants or trousers, depending on UK English or American English. But yeah, last year I had one that was unzippable, and I had them with me in the backpack. They were being used about 2 or 3 times for the entire trip, and they weighed close to a kilo. These ones as well, the same model, but zippable. So that was a kilo in my bag that I could have been without, but I couldn't throw them away either because they're rather expensive. There's something in the pocket. I'll figure that out. Shorts. 1 pair, also from Fjällräven. And then another practical tip. Pack bags. I have 3. Also by Fjällräven. You see a trend. Color coded. So pack 1 set of items in red, pack 1 set of items in blue and yellow. So for instance, socks and t-shirts, trousers, shorts, and then the fleece and every outerwear in this one. That way, if you have to open your bag and sort of change clothes or find an item rather quickly, you can just pull one of the bags out by the color and you know what's in it. And it keeps things organized. Fleece jacket. Oh, boxes. Yeah, 3 boxes. 1 to wear, 1 to hang out to dry on your backpack, and 1 dirty one in your backpack to wash when you arrive wherever you're going. Fleece, also by Fjällräven. It is nice to have one even if you're in Spain during the summer. The mornings can be a bit cold, so it's nice to have a fleece just in case. And it's also really lightweight. So also a mesh bag. This is nice to have to keep things on your outside of your pack, small items like socks that are wet and things like that. Out in the Spanish sun, it will dry it quickly. Or you can just put clothes in it, small items, whirl it around, and it will be sort of a makeshift centrifuge to get the water out of your clothes. Then my luxury item, a Fjällräven travel pillow, same color as the couch actually. Yeah, it's compressible. It's very nice to have because not all the pillows in the albergues are nice. It's not that they're dirty, but they can be hard and lumpy. So this is just nice to put on top. And it compresses and it weighs about 200 grams. Fitness tracker / step counter. Keeps track of how far I've gone for the day. It's nice to know without having to pull up a map or anything. Document folder, waterproof for my iPad and notebook and anything else I might want to keep dry and flat. Sea to Summit has a leftover used match from my last hiking trip. I'll clear that out in a second. And then we have Hilleberg, the tent maker. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not carrying a tent with me, and this would be too small to fit a Hilleberg tent anyway. This is my poncho. I've lost the bag for the poncho itself, so I just press gang the Hilleberg bag into service. It's for the footprint of my tent. The poncho itself is a Fjällräven, like everything else. It's really nice because you can unfold it so it just becomes one large, almost tarpaulin, so you can use it as an emergency shelter should you require one. And then, oh, I forgot that's at the bottom. The hydration is provided by Camelback. Yeah, it's a 3-liter reservoir with a drink tube. It is, for me, I think, at least way more practical than have a water bottle stashed on the outside of your bag, having to reach for it. You tend to gulp down a lot more water you tend to draw larger gulps with longer intervals in between. This one is easy, you have that right by your mouth, so you can get small sips at short intervals, which is the best way to stay hydrated. Also, as I mentioned, salt tablets in case you drink too much, or in case you have to drink too much. Then we come to my backpack, which is Big Shock, a Fjällräven backpack. It's a Kaipak 38 liter. Oh, yeah. It has a very nice carry system. I used it last year. It was awesome. But this one might not be right for you. Always try out your backpack before leaving with substantial amount of weight in it. Preferably even before you buy it. Most stores will let you test a backpack and then just ask them to put stuff in it. But not just weights, make them fill it up a bit so that it has volume as well. That helps you, and then you can walk around the store a bit and see that the shoulder straps and the hip belt actually supports you. Yeah, and not much more to say about the backpack. It has outside pockets, hip pockets, and a top pocket and adjustable height. Well, something else I almost forgot. Patches. The Joker and Doctor Who I got from a friend. the Joker to remind me to keep laughing even when things go wrong, horribly, horribly wrong, as they probably will do at some point. It'll remind me to keep laughing a bit. Doctor Who. Well, who doesn't love Doctor Who? And then Amanda Palmer. Yeah, one of my favorite artists. I just patched that on in hopes of meeting other fans along the way last year. It didn't work, or at least there weren't any fans I saw, or they didn't see it, but I'm still carrying it. It's awesome. And then we have this year's mascot, Leif the Moose, with a Norwegian flag, just because. Last year I had Donut the Sloth, and he was a very nice icebreaker. I don't think I'd met half the people I'd meet without him. It was a nice way to get a conversation starting. And you people I met, you know exactly what I mean. I was the crazy Norwegian carrying an additional teddy bear. So this year I'm carrying this guy. So the hashtag is Leif with a V, the Moose, in one word. Anything else? Yeah. The waterproof, sorry, I won't tilt the camera. Waterproof bag to go inside my backpack. If you have a rain cover for your backpack, you might not need it. I prefer this way because then I can keep the poncho under the backpack instead of throwing it over. Also, if you have dirty clothes, you can keep them outside the waterproof bag, and it will keep your clean clothes from catching the stink of your dirty ones. Very nice. So yeah, that is the heap I am carrying with me, plus the 3 liters of water that will fit in my camelback. And that is the backpack I'll be using. Last year, my entire kit with water weighed about 15 kilos. I've cut some out this year, fewer clothes, fewer gadgets, so hopefully I'll be way under the 15 kilos of last year. I'm hoping to get at least down to maybe 10 with water. That would be cool. Alright, so that's my gear. I will keep you posted on how the Camino goes. See you later. Hello again. Yeah, we forgot something. We also need to tell you that you need earplugs. Those are vital. Otherwise, the snoring in the albergues will keep you awake and you can forget about sleeping. So soap, earplugs, and toiletries are also required. Bring your favorites. Generic stuff is fine. The soap, we'd recommend a multi-use soap, one that you can use for washing clothes and showering with at the same time. Hiking soap, I think MSR has one. So yeah, just go to your hiking store, sports store, and tell them you need hiking soap and they'll probably have something. Alright, so we'll see you around. Keep following us on social media and you'll see how our adventure goes.